All right, I'm recording here. Put your headphones on, Farmer Chris. All righty. Boop. Oh, I got you muted.
Check. There I am.
There you are.
You were going to do the whole show without me. That would have been an awkward one.
That would have been a good one. Well, we're in an unusual spot today, Christopher.
We are. This is like our comfiest setup ever, though.
It is comfy. We got a nice little wind blowing through, so I'm a little cold, but
Yeah. You have
I can
shorts and a
handle it.
t-shirt on. I have a hoodie and jeans.
yeah, I'm all right. I'm a big boy.
Yeah. So yeah, a little rainy, but weather overall has been nice lately.
Yeah, it has been good. I know we talk about weather every single time we do one of these
Yeah.
things, but it's fairly important to farmers,
It is.
believe it or not.
You know what's interesting? As this is my third year on the farm now,
Mm-hmm.
I realize how little I looked at or like really kind of cared about the weather before.
Yeah.
Like I just never looked at it. I always thought people who looked at the weather daily were kind of strange.
Yeah. Well,
like-
hey, guess what?
Yeah.
You're strange now. Yeah, I mean, weather affects everything we do. Like, obviously, it affects the crops. We need rain, then sometimes we don't need rain. It also affects the flow of business because today it's been raining all day and no one wants to leave their house. I don't
No.
blame them. So we're slow pretty
Yeah.
much everywhere. But yeah, I mean, the weather's been pretty good lately. We needed this rain. It's not like we didn't need it. We had a pretty hot, dry stretch there. So far with this storm that's kind of gone through in the storm last night, we probably got it right around an inch of rain, which is
Yeah.
totally fine. We got it it was a nice slow inch
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, right. If we get an inch in an hour.
or an inch in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not optimal.
You know what I have started paying attention to more is wind. Right? So like especially, in the field we have our setups. We have tables and
Mhm.
courts, strawberry season and now summer picking, especially we have flats, these like cardboard trays that 6 quarts fit into, and then the courts, and they're very light, which means on windy days, they go all over the place.
Mhm.
Right. So like I put borders on some of the tables, we weigh them down. But yeah, like wind is one aspect of weather that like I actually need to look at now.
Wind. I mean, honestly, for me, I can handle hot weather, super cold weather, rain, but you add in some wind in there and no thank you.
Oh yeah.
I don't like wind.
It gets rough. Especially, we kind of have like a wind tunnel action.
Yeah,
like
we
the
do.
farm's kind of long this way. So like the wind shreds.
Yeah, it just rips through.
Yeah.
But, last night they were calling for some like severe thunderstorms, flood watch.
Yeah.
But
got too bad, right?
no, it really wasn't bad at all. I mean, I think we probably had some gusts that may have hit like 25, 30, maybe,
Yeah.
but it wasn't bad at all. We've
Yeah.
had way worse.
So last weekend, actually on Thursday, not even over this past weekend, but Thursday last week, we started picking blueberries. So we're kind of into
Blueberries.
a new season. Strawberries, we finished up earlier in the week. What always amazes me about strawberries, and when I was teaching, I really felt this kind of intensely because I love strawberry season, but the school year goes up through strawberry season. So by the time I was done the school year and like I actually got out to like go try to pick strawberries with the kids, I'd be like, oh man, the season's over. And I was like, strawberry season is quite early compared to a lot of crops.
Yeah, it is. And, honestly, like everything else, there's a lot of factors into the length of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we had a decent strawberry crop this year. Obviously, the frost affected it just like everything else. But, those super hot days we had, and then that stretch of rain we had over Memorial Day weekend definitely shortened the season a little bit. And the berries soak up all that moisture and then they're cooking out there in the sun. That's a recipe for a quick strawberry season. So, it didn't it didn't last as long as, I mean, I think normally, in a really good strawberry year, we probably could have got another weekend out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
So I mean, it really wasn't that bad considering, all the other factors with frost and everything. I would say it was a decent season. But yeah,
Yeah.
it does kind of, it starts and then it does kind of end
Oh
abruptly.
man, quick. And that's the thing. Like a lot of crops go faster than I realized
Mhm.
before I was on the farm.
Yeah, and it is a hard thing for people to comprehend, like the seasonality of things and what
Mhm.
affects them and stuff like that. So, like, for instance, we're gonna start picking sweet corn at the end of this week. So what is
Yeah,
today's the
that's gonna
23rd.
be.
Today's my anniversary.
Oh
So I
yeah,
should have
happy
known that day right off the bat. But yeah,
anniversary!
yes,
Yes.
8 years.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we'll be picking around the 24th, 25th of June, which is probably like 10, 12 days earlier than what we started picking last year.
Yes. Yep.
So the earliest we've ever picked here on the farm is June 20th. And then the latest, some years we don't even make 4th of July.
Yeah.
And we
Wild.
grow, similar varieties every year. We grow them in the same way every year. So to see the season be affected that drastically, like over
Yeah.
14 days,
Yep.
a lot of that has to do with the weather and, that hot, humid weather we got that, cooked the strawberries, helped
Yep.
the corn along. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's interesting. I think, a lot of people think of time, especially so much of our modern world is kind of like scheduled out and kind of regular, right? But like with crops, like you were just saying, there's so many factors that go into when a season starts, when a season ends. What the crop looks like early, what it looks like late, and that's just that's what I'm really coming to realize over the past 3 years is there aren't these set time frames, right? And even when things start to come in, like blueberries, we picked
Mhm.
for 4 days,
Yeah.
right? And it was the crop looked really
Yeah,
good,
it was-
and it does look good now.
Mhm.
But right, we got a lot of people coming out Friday, so we didn't pick this week, right? But there's so many factors, whether they're human factors or weather factors or whatever, that go into what's available, what it looks like at that time, etc.
Yeah. So I guess long story short, that's why you look at weather all the time now.
Yes, 100%. Before we leave this topic,
And
though,
I guess we've kind of just proven that maybe we aren't that weird for
Yeah.
looking at weather all the
yeah,
time.
it actually matters. So one thing you told me, and this was super interesting, the frost that damaged a lot of our crops
Mhm.
hit strawberries. Only really one field in particular.
Correct.
The crop came in, pretty much when it was supposed to, but there weren't many large strawberries there.
Yeah.
So tell me about that, because this was a
Yeah.
mind blow.
So the first strawberry or the first flowers that the strawberry plant puts out, they're always going to produce the largest strawberry because they have the most amount of energy in them, and there's not all these other flowers that the plant is growing.
Yeah.
So coincidentally, when those first flowers come out, it's earlier in the year.
Yep.
Therefore, it's colder and there's more of a chance for those to frost.
Yeah.
So, those ones always get, if, it doesn't happen every year, but if we do get some frost, typically those are the ones that get stung.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that make it, those flowers could potentially not have even been there when the first frost happened.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's kind of nice about strawberries. And there are factors and things that can sway this one way or another, but they don't have all their flowers out there at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There is a period like towards the end of when they're all being pollinated where there'll be a tremendous amount of flowers out there.
Yeah.
Which is like, a sketchy time to get frost, but they do kind of spread it out pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, the other thing that you can see out there is like a big strawberry and it will look all crazy. Like it'll
Yes,
have
yeah,
random shoots coming out of it. And people are like, what are you putting on these strawberries? They
Yeah.
look crazy. Well, that has to do with frost because with strawberries, if they get stung by frost, sometimes it won't kill the entire flower. It'll
Mhm.
just kill a little part of it. So that flower is still able to get pollinated and produce fruit, but it just looks crazy.
Yeah. There was, I think it was just this past season I was out there and a kid was like, "Look at this strawberry. It looks like Baby Yoda." And it did.
Yeah.
Like the green top
Yeah, I
was
remember
like
when-
baby. It was awesome.
Yeah, when me and my dad were walking the field one morning, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna have some crazy looking strawberries."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that, and there's really not much you can do about it. That's just
No.
kind of how it goes.
And you know what? Frost damage, as you know, it's kind of been a part of the narrative this year.
Mm-hmm.
What I also learned was that you can get frost damage to the seeds. The fruit will survive and it will continue to develop, but it won't develop properly. And you
Mhm.
get like, stunted growth, or you get
Yeah.
a fruit that develops for a while, but then it's essentially dead inside.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it depends on like the stage where the frost happens with the fruit. But like, if you went out and like walked our peach orchard right now, some of the peaches we were able to save on those trees, like in a typical year where there's no frost, all the peaches on the tree will be relatively the same size
Mhm.
because they were all in bloom at the same time. They all got pollinated around the same time. But because of the frost, some stuff stunted. So like there'll be a peach out there that looks normal size. There'll be a peach out there that looks like a marble.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they're just kind of all over the place. And that just, it just is what it is for a year like we're having.
Yeah. It is interesting. Yeah. Frost and the different effects of frost are just,
Mhm.
it's not. I always thought it was just like frost damage and dead,
Yeah.
or no frost damage, but that's not true at all.
Yeah. What's the saying? The more you learn, the less you know.
Yo, yes. Yeah,
That
yeah.
could not be more true with frost.
Yeah.
The more I learn about it, I'm just getting more confused. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I'm
Crazy.
just going to pray and go back to bed.
Yep. And hope everything's
And
all
hope
right.
everything's fine. Because that's what most people do.
Yeah.
But,
Right. So strawberries, you said, the blooms come in different times. Another neat new fruit, and this will be the first year that we have this. Blackberries as well, right?
Yep.
They tend to throw out flowers over a pretty long period of time,
Yeah.
right?
And like, honestly, the timing of the flowers coming out and like that length of time before, like from the first bloom and the last bloom, there are factors with that too. It has to do
Mhm.
with the weather. If you get like some hot, super sunny days early on, like they'll want to throw all their flowers at the same time.
Yeah.
But if you get, like moderate weather, some cloudy days or that, it can stretch it out.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like this year, and I don't know if we mentioned this on the last one we did, but because of that stretch of hot days we had in March, where it was like 84 degrees and everyone was like, sweet,
Yeah.
summer's here.
Yep.
All our apples and peaches were all in bloom at the same time. It was
Mhm.
literally like the perfect storm. So like you get that stretch of weather, all the trees, they don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't know it's March. So they're waking up, they're ready to party too. And then, April comes and
Zonked.
got. So
Yeah.
the way it goes.
So right, another episode. Actually, I think we were talking to Kev. It's weird because like trees do kind of have memory, right? So like they remember when they put out a lot of fruit, and then
Yeah.
when they grow a lot of wood, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this just popped into my head. How does a lost crop or a damaged crop affect what the tree will do next year?
So right now, they're growing a tremendous amount of wood.
Yeah, so
Like-
they've thrown all their energy into wood.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
going all wood because like where else is their energy going to go?
Yeah,
So we're actually going to be doing some like midsummer pruning,
gotcha.
and just try to cut that back.
Yeah,
And you would think and you would hope, which probably will happen, is because they didn't grow any fruit this year, they're going to throw even more flowers
Yeah.
next year.
yeah,
So next year, if we set a crop, a huge crop, that's great. But then we're going to have to go back and do a lot of thinning,
yeah, yeah.
which is a huge job. But we'd much rather do that and not have to knock apples off
yeah,
and be staring at a tree and figure out how we could get apples on there.
yeah, yeah,
You can't-
exactly.
You can't really tape them onto the tree.
Glue them back on.
Yeah. So,
We've had some interesting conversations.
yeah,
though,
we've talked about it. Like, how can we get them on the tree?
Yeah.
But,
tack them back up there.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
we're just going with the flow, figuring it out. I mean, like the situation we're in with the apples where we have literally no crop this year. It's the first time in my life I've ever had to deal with this. I mean, it stinks.
Yeah.
It's definitely a punch in the gut, but like, I don't know, what are you going to do?
Yeah. So, it's interesting though, because, because we do a lot of pick your own, it's kind of a different set of challenges than a lot of farmers who are just harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I always find it interesting because Eric, your dad, right, he took this idea very seriously years and years ago. And Chick as well, right? Chick was the originator of this idea of bringing people out to the field.
Chicky is my grandmother.
Yes. So, right. And this is kind of what I love about, small businesses, family businesses, things like this, is you can take an idea like bringing people out to do pick your own very seriously, right? And it comes with its own new set of challenges. It comes with its own new set of opportunities. And that's kind of what I love about being here, right? Like we were talking to your dad the other day, and even though it's a terrible situation with the frost, he turned to us and he was like, it's kind of exciting, isn't it? And that mindset, I just really admire. It's super cool.
Yeah. It's like, what you said, like, pick your own, bringing people out of the farm definitely creates a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
How we farm, when we farm, a lot of that's dictated by the general public of when they're out there. So like, when we're doing hay rides from 10 to 4, obviously we can't be ripping around with big equipment when we have all these people on the field. So yeah, it's a lot of challenges. And it's funny, I'd like talk to other farmers who don't do hay rides and they think we're crazy.
Yeah.
Because we do it. And then I'm looking at them and I'm like, well, I think you're crazy because you don't do it.
Yeah, because you don't do it. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's fun.
Yeah. So like what's the thing you're taking seriously now, right? The thing that you're kind of latching on to, and most people are like, that's insane, or like I haven't thought about that.
I don't know if this is like insane, but we talk a lot about hospitality, and I'm pretty sure I've like brought this up in like other ones we've done, but people want, when they go somewhere and they spend money on something, they want to be treated in a certain way. And they have expectations of, is it going to be clean? Am I going to get the product that, I expect to get? So, we always try to exceed people's expectations and look at like the little things of how we can increase the value and just increase their experience. So there's been a lot where, we've been talking a lot about, how we can increase the experience in our Discovery Barnyard, which if you haven't been to our farm before, our Discovery Barnyard is like this big playground area. And we have a splash pad in there. We have pedal go-karts. We have a pretend farm village, whole bunch of stuff.
The climbing net.
Yeah. Climbing net. There's a bunch of stuff. So, and you say, oh, how can you increase hospitality in there? Well, comfortable seating for the parents, enough shade for the parents, having it be clean, always adding something new in there. We do our Discovery Buddies program that you kind of spearheaded in there. And I think that's a huge like value added thing for them. And, just little things, we're going to be rolling out. We just bought this like snack cart thing.
Oh yeah. I'm pumped for this.
So we're going to be like walking through there and like, bottles of water, lemonade, cut fruit, stuff like that. And just like ways, people can go there, enjoy time with their kids and not have to, think about like, oh, all right, my kid's hungry. How am I going to peel them off of the pedal go-karts to walk all the way into the market? And then they have to walk past all the toys to go get this bottle of water. So we're going to, we do like table side service in there, but we're just trying to, when people come here with their kids, they can focus on their kids and have a good time. So, hospitality is a huge thing we do. And then, like, outside of the playground, just like other things, how we set up the market, how people can navigate it with like a double wide stroller. That drives me insane when I go somewhere and we use our double wide stroller. I mean, granted, I know a double wide stroller is big, like, I know you don't need to have one and not everyone has one, but people that have one, I want them to be able to come in the market and not
Yeah.
have to worry about bumping into things. So, we work a lot on like keeping the floor open and not having too many displays in front of you so you can like move freely
Yeah.
through. So there's
So
a lot of stuff to
there's
talk about.
like I feel like there's always this balance between novelty and new things,
Mm-hmm.
and then also kind of a sense of sameness, right, for customers. Like, right, they want to know what to expect when they get here,
Yeah.
but then they also want to be surprised
Yeah.
in the, so it's like two sides of the same token. And I think that's always a difficult balance. But one of the really fun things here is that we try a lot of new things, right? Like we're always trying stuff. And if it doesn't work, we move on to the next thing.
Yeah. And like, and I feel like we've said this before too, like we're just like super critical of what we do.
Mhm.
Like, we'll finish an event and we'll be like, that's great. And then in comes my dad.
Yeah.
He's like, I think well, let's try this next time. Let's do this. And like, it makes sense. If you're not like constantly trying to be better, what are you doing?
Yeah. Then you might as well not
Yeah,
be
you're
doing it.
gonna, and another thing we talk about it in our manager meetings and everything is like not slipping into mediocrity
Yes.
and being like okay with that.
Yeah.
Right now we're going through a lot of like our food products and we're not really changing up. I mean, we're changing up some stuff, but we're being very critical on like how we do it
Mhm.
and what are we putting in this
Yeah.
and what is the customer really looking for. And we're adjusting some recipes, we're making some stuff better because we definitely we know where we fall short and we don't want to do that anymore. So we're taking a lot of time, picking apart some stuff and just trying to provide a better product for the customer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
So I've been, in terms of hospitality, I've been thinking about how we do that in the field as well. Right? It's the same thing. Like you don't want, I don't want it to feel like we're just bringing visitors out, putting them in a field, and then bringing them in. Right? Like we're always trying to find a way to make that specific visit to that
Mhm.
specific field unique. So yeah, I have some ideas for next year, and I
Yeah.
always give Gil and Eric ideas. And then I wait and I wait and I.
yeah.
So,
and,
yeah,
I
it's-
like, as I, yes, we are like always looking to make the customer experience better. But I say that because, we do fail sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Like there are times where, there was just an instance lately where someone ordered donuts and there was some miscommunication. We didn't pack them right and the customer wasn't happy and they reached out to me. We took care of it. We gave them a refund, everything. But those things, there's like a couple different ways you can handle those things. Like you can get like frustrated at the communication, which obviously, we'll make that better next time. But you kind of just like learn from it.
yeah,
And ultimately that situation was my fault. I screwed up on that. But like those types of experiences, they allow us to like have conversations with staff and they're kind of like a jump start for other things too, to make it better. And like our whole ordering process. So like, we're not just looking at this one instance of like, oh, we should have packed the donuts this way instead of that way. We're like, okay, let's just streamline this whole order process because because we made the order process so it was so like all over the place.
Convoluted, yeah,
That's why it happened.
yeah,
So, looking at that, because that's hospitality too, of
Yeah.
like, the ease of ordering and then the execution on it. And we kind of screwed up on all of
Yeah.
it. But it all worked out at the end. But it's allowed us to have some conversations and, it was a weak point for us that I wasn't aware that was there until this happened. So, at the end of the day, it was a good thing it happened because now we can make it better.
yeah. And that's what's fun. Like everybody we work with is, when things don't go perfectly right, it's always okay.
Yeah.
Where did we slip up? What can we change? Is it an execution thing, or is it a a planning thing, or is it an operational thing? Like, and that's what it's pretty cool. We spend a lot of time on details. That's kind of what I'm realizing. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
lots
and you
and
have
lots of
to. And then,
details.
back to the other situation is like, even if someone does screw up, you don't like go and yell at them. You have to like, because with how good are you without your staff?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we cannot do what we do without our employees. So, treating people right, treating people with respect, holding people accountable, and being consistent is like a huge part of ultimately being able to provide the hospitality that our customers expect when they get here. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that was a lot. I mean, now I'm like thinking about a whole bunch of different stuff now. So
oh man, I know
this conversation.
The gears are a turning, but it is like the environment of the farm is such a unique place to practice hospitality in unique ways, and that's like to me, that's just super fun.
Yeah, and like
really cool.
I feel like when my dad first started talking about hospitality, I never even like thought about it on our level. When I think about hospitality, I like think about like fine dining restaurants or like a nice hotel or something like that. But you don't have to be really anything like that to provide a good experience to your customer. It literally can be anywhere in anything in any business.
Yeah.
It could be like I don't know, like a plumber or an HVAC guy. Like there's hospitality there.
Right. And like that's the thing, like it's taking an idea seriously that most people wouldn't consider. But right, like that's it. Like how do I, as a farmer, how do I provide the best hospitality possible?
Yeah.
Right. And like most people would probably be like, what kind of question is that? But like it's a question that we actually genuinely take seriously, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that was a really long-winded but good conversation.
Oh man, I love talking about this stuff. I love when I can get Gilby to start talking about it. It's my favorite.
Peel away layers of the onion.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to stop.
All right.
We got to go write down some of our
maybe we got to go cut some grass.
Yeah, we should.
The grass is growing.
Some wet grass.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for.
Oh wait, I gotta.
Oh yeah. We have this like super interesting setup. We have like a very old chair holding the mix board.
There it is. And where's the?
This is one of my favorite filming spots, though.
I know it is. The lighting is very good in here.
We tried to do it in the summer garden, but then it started raining.
Yeah, they were pouring. But all right. Well, thanks for tuning in to this episode.
We'll see you next time. On Johnson's Corner Farmcast.
You know what I was going to say?
To do that at the beginning.
Thanks to this episode of How to Cook with a Farmer.
Oh, we got to put those up. Devin, if you're watching. Oh, Dylan. Jeez, sorry.
No, his name is Devin.
No, Devin?
Devin.
No, Dylan. Oh, we got to get Devin. But Dylan, who filmed ours.
Oh, Dylan, Devin, Davin. We got too many.
I know, there's too many D's.
And
Dylan,
Devin
we need those
and Davin
videos.
kept driving by behind the camera the whole time, too, trying to distract me.
See ya.
All right, game face. See ya.
Yeah, I was thinking. Have those videos?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I definitely do in a Dropbox.
Oh, man, we got to get all those. That was a sweet.